Dear audience, I am Peiran. My presentation topic is an evaluation of the efficiency of formative assessment integrated with educational technology. What is the difference between formative assessment and summative assessment? The goals of formative assessment: to keep student learning on track, to provide ongoing feedback, to improve instructors' teaching, to improve students' learning. Here I have a simple example of formative assessment. Let's take a look. I hope you enjoy it.
Now I'm going to show you how to boil an egg. So first, use the water to wash the egg. Okay, now we're going to use a little pot. And then you're going to put the egg in. Make sure the water's height is over the egg, so it's better to cook it. You can add more. Okay, enough. So now we're going to put it onto the stove. And then put the lid on. And then we're going to cook it to 7 to 8 minutes. Put it into the middle fire. And then wait until 7 to 8 minutes. And then the egg's done. So we're just going to wait for a while.
Okay, with a while, 7 minutes later.
Now we're going to close the fire. Open it. And then put it here. Get some cold water. Okay. Put it here. Okay. And put the egg into the cold water. So it's easy to shake the skin off.
Okay.
And then we can just wait for a while and then until the egg is completely cooled down and we can enjoy it.
Okay, well done.
Yes, this is the simple example of formative assessment. This activity has shown how the kid coordinates her language and action, presenting clearly the whole process of boiling eggs. What is summative assessment? Summative assessments are used to evaluate learning instead of diagnose the learning. Like Paul Black said, when the cook tastes the soup, that is formative assessment. When the customer tastes the soup, that's summative assessment. Paul Black used a very vivid metaphor to tell us the key difference between formative and summative. But why educational technology? Why we need to integrate educational technology into the formative assessment? Because COVID-19 transferred the learning to another dimension. The characteristic of formative assessment is of low stake but high importance. Therefore, to integrate the educational technology into the formative assessment can really save the time. It can give instant feedback both to teachers and learners. Therefore, the efficient adjustment to teaching and learning can be made. It has been well recognized that the most challenging part of online learning is that of student engagement and the effectiveness of the assessment. The purpose of this article is to evaluate the efficiency of formative assessment integrated with educational technology during and after school closure due to the influence of COVID-19. It is also well known that in order to obtain the desired goals of learning, which will be evaluated finally by summative assessment, the range of formative assessments, either formal or informal, should be conducted by teachers to diagnose how much the students have learned, what the learning gaps are. Thus, the modifications and the new alignments can be implemented in due course to bridge the learning gaps up, then improve the students' learning in general. Before we integrate educational technology into the formative assessments, there is one thing we need to keep in mind. Educational technology is not learning itself. It is the vehicle of learning. So choose the right one. The objective of my study. The educational technology as the vehicle of learning. It has been playing the more important role since the breakout of COVID-19. This study is to evaluate if the formative assessment integrated with educational technology can improve the students' engagement and the effectiveness of the assessment by collecting the evidence via a range of formative assessment over the whole academic year. My methodology. I chose a combined class, which is composed of 18 students from grade 10 to 12. I set up the performance matrix. They are the students' responding time, the students' responding rate, and the accuracy rate of response to measure the efficiency of the formative assessment integrated with educational technology. I chose 4 sets of 3 randomly chosen formative assessments, 12 in total, covering listening, reading, and writing over the academic year. I chose Google Classroom as the platform to distribute all the formative assessments. Therefore, the system captures students' responses to every single question simultaneously. Finally, I used a scheduled class time to conduct all formative assessments based on the unit's plans. In this way, both quantitative and qualitative data were collected timely. My findings. The whole class responded to all the receptive questions within the assessment time limit. There has obvious increase of responding rate to the receptive assessment. The total counts from grade 3 to grade 5 are 84 times, while the highest grade is 7. Regarding the assessment for the writing skill, there were 16, 8, 11, 9 responses, respectively for 4 formative assessments collected on time. When students encounter higher level skill assessments, for example, the writing, first of all, they need more time to present their skill. Grade 3 to grade 5 count 31 times. The results resonate with the results of listening and reading. The development of Chinese receptive skills and the productive skills is synchronized. At the same time, the results of receptive skills and productive skills are positively correlated. I have another finding. To my surprise, I found formative assessment integrated with educational technology provides equal opportunities of learning to students who have different learning styles, especially for the students who are very quiet in the traditional classroom. My conclusion. First, Formative assessment integrated with educational technology is effective. Second, both receptive and productive competence need to be worked on at the same time via educational technology. The study evaluated the efficiency of formative assessment integrated with educational technology. The full responsive rate in receptive skills assessments help to enhance the teaching and the learning in two ways. The immediate feedbacks of online assessments inform students clearly their learning progress. On the other hand, it saves teachers time to chase the submission of formative assessments, instead putting the effort on adjusting the teaching methods and the enhancement of teaching and learning practice. The study's result is consistent with Jack C. Richard 2015 research, who concluded that there is a gap between receptive and productive competence. But the study also indicated that there's also a positive correlation between receptive and productive competence. Therefore, in future learning, it is necessary to keep improving the receptive competence. At the same time, the guided writing practice integrated with educational technology can be included into the curriculum. Hence, the awareness of vocabulary and the patterns of sentences can be repeatedly reinforced. Therefore, in future, the formative assessments integrated with educational technology will be an important part to help students to bridge up the gap between receptive and productive competency. Now, I'm coming to the end of my presentation. I am Peiran. I am specialized in blended learning, e-learning, providing educational technology training to teachers. If you have any questions about my study and educational technology, feel free to drop me an email. I also would like to use this opportunity to say thank you to my two paper readers, Professor Da-Ming Wu from University of Leeds, Professor Chu-Mei Chong from Hong Kong University. Thank you very much. Here is my references. Thank you very much, dear audience, for your listening, and it is my great pleasure to share with you my findings. I hope I can see you soon. I can see you soon in the conference. Thank you very much. Have a great day.